Hey guys, welcome into my channel. This is Angie from Recover Me. Let's get some messages to start you off today. May the 22nd, 2026. Symptoms of a spiritual awakening. This is from page 148 from a basic text, I think. The steps lead us to an awakening of a spiritual nature. This awakening is evidenced by changes in our lives. Basic text, page 49. We know how to recognize the disease of addiction. Its symptoms are indisputable. Besides an uncontrollable appetite for drugs and alcohol, those suffering exhibit self-centered, self-seeking behavior. When our addiction was at its peak of activity, we were obviously in a great deal of pain. We relentlessly judged others and ourselves and spent most of our time worrying or trying to control outcomes. Just as the disease of addiction is evidenced by definite symptoms, so is a spiritual awakening made manifest by certain obvious signs in a recovering addict. We may observe a tendency to think and act spontaneously, a loss of interest in judging or interpreting the actions of anyone else, an unmistakable ability to enjoy each moment, and frequent attacks of smiling. If we see someone exhibiting symptoms of a spiritual awakening, we should be aware that such awakenings are contagious. Our best course of action is to get close to these people. As we begin having frequent, overwhelming episodes of gratitude and increased receptiveness to the love extended by our fellow members, and an uncontrollable urge to return this love, we'll realize that we too have had a spiritual awakening. Just for today, my strongest desire is to have a spiritual awakening. I will watch for its symptoms and rejoice when I discover them. Okay, guys, let's tap in and find out what Spirit has for us today. Okay, if you're new here, you're very welcome in, and there's definitely messages here for you, messages of encouragement and support on your spiritual and your recovery from addictions. So let's see what the Spirit have for us today, you guys. Calling in Spirit, Holy Angels, please oversee this active divination, that we may get messages of healing and hope for our collective today. And also, please protect us from any unwanted forces and guide this message towards those who need this healing today. So yes, if you're new here and you like this sort of message, you're interested in hearing more, do subscribe. Thumbs up the message if anything resonates, of course. And let's tap in, body, mind, and soul. Here we go, you guys. Let's knock on the door and call in Spirit. Holy Spirit, Holy Angels, what would you like this collective to know about their present situation? The Ace of Swords, you're learning something. This is a feeling of triumph. Maybe you were hermiting, going within. Let's see what else. The habit, dependency. So the habit in this deck is the Devil card. Whoa, this every time gets me. I think it's the Devil card. I'll have to get the book because I don't use this deck very often. I haven't really got to know all of the cards, because there are ones that are specific to this deck. They have their own versions. Let's see. In a reading, this card indicates that you're being led in the wrong direction, a direction that has no good consequences whatsoever. Should you proceed down this path, you will find yourself enslaved to addictions that will never let you rest. If you develop bad habits, it will take a very long time for you to overcome these patterns. You may also find yourself depending on others, or worst of all, living off them. In the end, once an addiction has developed, whether it's drugs or sex Or another variety, mercy and salvation will seem very far away and difficult to attain. But with willpower and self control, you can fight being a victim of your addictions. So it is. This is the Devil card in the regular tarot. So let's have a look. We'll keep on going. There's something maybe you learned about your addiction, or you learned about an addictive habit that you have. It says dependency on this, so yeah, it's definitely kind of directed at us recovering. So let's see, what do you need to focus on? The Emperor. This is a lovely energy. There might be a father figure in your life. The Emperor does dictate that. Somebody who's a leader. It says sovereignty here. Or it could be you, when it says you need to focus on this. Maybe it is that person in your life. They can be an Aries, because that's the major arcana for Aries. But also if it's you in this energy and you need to focus on that, you need to focus on taking leadership in your own situations, in your own life, whatever that means for you. So we'll continue on here. I love the sun at the back of the deck at this point. It says clarity, and that's exactly what the Ace of Swords talks about, getting clarity on something, clear thinking. I love it. So recent past, please Spirit, what have we got for the recent past for this collective today? And let's see, you guys. Spirit is strong in the room now. Seven of Cups talks about delusions in this instance. So there might have been something you were confused about in the recent past. Delusions. It can also be illusions. Let me see. What is your strength position here? This one. Ace of Cups, fondness, wanting to connect, wanting to pour into yourself. Ace of Cups is that thing about self-love. There's a magician here now at the back of the deck, which is, we are all magicians in our own lives. Every time you decide on a new approach or to self-improve in any way, you are trying to manifest, which is what the magician does, something good in your life. You want to change things that are not good and move forward in a positive manner. Five of Wands says rivalry on this card, and this card to me represents bickering, being caught up in the fold of other people arguing. It's a card of obstacles and challenges, and that's what's coming towards you. We have the Empress here at the back of the deck. That's a card of Taurus, which may or may not be significant. Taurus might be strong in your astrology charts, but this is somebody sitting in their sovereignty again, like the Emperor. The Empress is the divine counterpart for the Emperor. And it is this motherly energy that you're nurturing, maybe your inner child or something, and learning to be kind rather than suffering obstacles and challenges all of the time. You're trying to be tender with yourself maybe in the near future when you are being faced with challenges. Your advice from Spirit is Page of Swords. So this says inspection, and Page of Swords, we had the Ace of Swords, and that's almost like a realization. And I'm learning a truth, learning something new. Could be, getting training on addictions, learning to be a counselor, learning to be something to do with dependencies. And then this Page of Swords is looking into that further, from the Ace, which is a seed or an inspired idea or an opportunity. It's like the Page of Swords then goes ahead and delivers a message, or goes and gets a message, learns more about this seed that they've discovered. So let's see. It could be something to do with releasing yourself from a prison of the mind, because we do have that Eight of Swords at the back of the deck, which represents just that. What is the influence around this for this collective? Thank you, Spirit. The Lovers card. There's something to do with a connection or a choice here. The choice card is the Lovers card. It's a card of Gemini. So it's obvious the Lovers could be related to a deep love you have for another person. And it can be just a friendship or a family member or something like that. More often than not, though, it's a divine partner, a romantic connection. And it could be you discovering or doing a bit of homework on who is this person, or maybe you're deciding to get clarity. Ten of Pentacles. This is talking about legacy here. So, you know, your material world, trying to foster some security and stability in your material life. We've got the Queen of Wands then in your hopes or fears. And the Queen of Wands is absolute determination, magnetism. This lady is on her throne of power. It's very much the seat of power. This card talks about sitting in your most powerful aspect, you know, taking from spirit, that your guidance, trusting your inner wisdom. Very spiritual, very magnetic, again, like that Empress we had a while ago. This person does not chase, you know, that they've everything they want and things just come towards them. They don't have to chase for anything. And they have that thing of, you know, people are just drawn to them. So I love that. This is also sitting in the seat of your power, you know. And Four of Pentacles, it talks about a bit of stubbornness sometimes. It also talks about greed. It talks about not feeling you have, you know, anything more than just enough to pay the bills. So let's see what else. We need a potential outcome. One card for potential outcome for this collective, please, Spirit. Oh, there we have it. Chariot. There's something going to happen very quickly here. The Chariot is a card of victory. It does say motion, which references travel. It's a card of Cancer, may be significant. And we've got Three of Cups, which is celebrating. Two victory cards at the back, one at the back of the deck. So this is very interesting, you guys. I'm going to get another deck to clarify this reading for you, and I'll just leave her there. She's so beautiful, the Three of Cups. It's doing things that you love, that fills your cup, you know. So let's have a look and see, what do we have? Where will I get my clarification, Spirit? I think it's right or wait, yeah. Okay, let's have a look. We'll tap in here and we'll get some guidance. So in case you haven't seen me before, or you don't know or haven't heard my arriving in this place of getting intuitive downloads through the tarot for you guys every day. It's just started, I suppose, after I came back from a relapse last October, and yeah, it's over nearly 7 months ago now. I started to do tarot readings online. I felt called to, and since then I just set up that channel for getting zodiac sign readings through the tarot. And while I was doing that, then it was only about 5 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, I was guided by Spirit to start bringing in messages for people in recovery from addiction. So I'm recovering from drugs and alcohol, as I say, since last October. And this has really been an eye-opener for me. I've learned so much since creating this community. So I do encourage you to tap in every day you get a chance. And if any of the readings come up, have a look as well at my channel for others. There'll be definitely messages there for you. Any of the ones that you feel drawn to, there's messages for everybody and guidance. They're all timeless. So, you know, as always, take what fits and leave the rest. So Ace of Swords and the Habit, or the Devil card. And at the back of the deck, we've got them clarified by the King of Cups, I beg your pardon. And at the back of the deck, we've got the Knight of Pentacles. So for me, the Knight of Pentacles is focused on the long game. It's a very slow movement card, but it's like slow and steady wins the race. It's about investing in something very regularly, having a routine around it, but doing something, putting a drop in that ocean every day, whatever that contribution will be. But they're looking at the long game. Like, this is, the Pentacles take the longest to come to fruition in the tarot, whereas the Swords, on the other hand, are the faster moving. So whatever movement is happening, it might be a long-term investment for your security, because that's what Pentacles talk about. And that's maybe where you're focused at the moment. When we have the Ace of Swords with the Devil card, that's it, what I was saying. It's like you gained an insight. Look at all the eyes on this card, for example. It's like this person has found the treasure amongst all these eyes. the insight that she wanted on something, and it's like it's something to do with learning about maybe training, or as I said, addiction counseling, anything like that, or just a bit of knowledge regarding the fruits of, the different things we can research regarding our own dependencies, our own addictions. There's a King of Cups here, and he is our clarifying card. Cups energy is the water signs, and it talks about emotions. So water signs, then it'd be Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. But this King of Cups, he's an action oriented person. If you see a queen, they're usually processing the past and living in the present, but the kings are charging forward. So this is almost you. Seems to me you're being motivated by your emotions. You want emotional stability, as the King of Cups has, and maybe you're feeling in that power that this new knowledge you've gained, or clarity regarding your own addiction, or something to do with dealing with addictions, that this is really filling your cup and you're taking action on, like you're actually sitting in the seat of power regarding your emotions that's around the maybe source of your habit, or the source of your wanting to escape your own emotional realities. Wow, there's a lot in that. And this Knight of Pentacles at the back of the deck is suggesting to me this is a lifelong journey, and I know that's how I feel about my addiction and any kind of soul growth. um with or without addictions, just spiritual soul growth is a lifetime um journey, and that's the thing. I'm willing to take on this life as a sober person now, and with my own spiritual and soul growth in mind, that I know it's going to be one step in the right direction each day, one more right choice. And that's what the Knight of Pentacles is doing here. He's looking at the long game. It's like it's not like a one and done um, journey we're on in recovery. It's something that needs a continuous maintenance. I think you know what I mean. Okay, well, you get clarification now for that Emperor card and what you need to focus on. Number 4 is the Emperor card in the majors. And fours talk about your stability and feeling of security. So I really like that. It's also authority over your own life. You are being the main character now, and then the one in the driving seat. And the Knight of Swords coming in here, just like I was saying with that Knight of Pentacles being the slowest, this Knight of Swords is the fastest. There's stuff maybe you want to say and you need to take action on it, because the swords are about speaking. um Whatever this is, you're in a hurry to establish a sense of, and you should be, because this is what you need to focus on. You need to establish a sense of boundaries, and that you can speak your truth when you need to. You can stick up for yourself when you need to, because that Emperor definitely does all those things. Back of the deck is the Page of Cups. You might be feeling inspired to offer somebody a cup of love, or somebody could be coming towards you, because these are messengers, your pages, and they can be children or younger people, people younger than you. It's almost like you're giving maybe one of your kids this chalice with this gift in it of, opening up emotional connection to them a bit more, or they are opening up a little bit more to you. So that's beautiful. Whether or not it's children, it depends on all your situations. There's a large group here. It's a general reading. So as I said, take what fits your situation, leave the rest. 7 of Cups in the recent past. Let's see what's going on with that. It's a card of confusion. I don't know which of those cards it was there. We'll have to have another look. Holy Spirit, Holy Angels, what's going on with this 7 of Cups? The Devil, and it's back again. So there it is, card 15. The Devil in the recent past. Your addictions have been throwing you in a loop, being totally, the sevens are often about an illusion. And this is the thing, the confusion that you've been feeling while under, an addictive mindset has really spurred you on to start looking into things. And you've been hit with inspiration of some kind of thought of how to get a balanced emotional state in your life, regardless of what you've gone through in your addiction. Now you're dealing with addictions in a different aspect. It's from an aspect of wanting emotional stability, rather than being completely confused with which end of you is up, being unstable and uncertain about your emotional state, and everything that has to do with relationships as well, being a factor in your addiction life, we'll say, while you were actively using, or, there's a high priestess here in the back of the card, and this is you in your power as well, as a clear thinker, somebody who follows their gut instinct, following the voice of your higher power, which is your voice within your heart and what you need for your best. It's a kind of alignment. It's like something clicked with you. This discord in your emotional state is what was the driver to start making you look at what on earth is going on, and why am I running? Why do I want to escape the whole time? This card here has chains in it. So when you're bound to something and you feel chained to it, your natural reaction is wanting to run away. So you might have had a feeling in the past that anytime some emotional confusion or discord comes up, just throw me into a bottle, that kind of thing. I'll find the answer there, because I'll find Ace of Cups, sorry, self-love. And then when we have the Six of Swords on top of that to confirm it, it's like an act of self-love, you believe, rather than escaping into an escapist mindset of using your addictions. You're bringing your mind from somewhere turbulent into a peaceful state, like it's into calmer waters, is what the Six of Swords. And these are your motivations. You want peace of mind. You no longer want to be self-sacrificing with that devil energy. And just, it's about moving away from codependency, about moving away from all the things that didn't do you any service, taking your lessons with you with all those swords in the boat. Maybe you're taking family members with you or others in your community with you, but it's like you're on a rescue mission here to save your own soul, and I really love it. And look what we have at the back of the deck. There's been a time here that you've not forgotten about. You've gotten 6 good lessons out of this terror that's in this image here. Ten of Swords is utter betrayal and devastation, as you can see, but there is something here. That person on the ground is holding up that beautiful papal image in the Hierophant. They're holding this symbol of peace and alignment, and if the Hierophant pops up, I'll show you that's confirmed there. No matter what life has done to you or what you've done to yourself with your own self-sabotage in your devil energy there while in addiction, you still have a spiritual part they could never touch, which is just what came through. And I just love that. Like, ooh, I'm getting waves of emotion here big time. Like, there's quite a bittersweet feeling around this, but it's almost like now you're saving yourself and this is where you're headed. You just want out of this and peace of mind, please God. 5 of Wands in the near future, please. Oh my goodness, what a beautiful card. The Lovers, look at this. Just look at the 2 images here. The Devil had people chained together like they felt codependent. And then in the Lovers, there's a freedom because they're no longer chained. You guys, have a look at that. Isn't that extraordinary? It's like the love is evil, or the devil, like, you know what I'm trying to say. This is just beautiful. Let's have a look here. There's so much coming through, you guys. I'm so sorry, I'm a bit all over the place. But the 5 of Wands, when you get to a 5, it's so many obstacles and challenges. Something has to change. Number 5 is the card of change. And this is where you're headed. Your near future is like turning your back on where there's been rivalry, where there's been conflict, obstacles, challenges, constantly at war in a battlefield. You're moving towards the sun, you guys. This is the happiest, most joyous card in the deck, and you're learning that through this connection card here, which is the Lover's card, or the choice card, the choice to do something rather than staying involved in, competitiveness, arguments, tensions. Now you're moving towards this purity of joy where things are simpatico. I love this. And it's that thing of that, being led by purity with this beautiful white purity looking horse and the baby on its back. It's just like embracing the spirit of the universe, quite literally, and moving towards a place where there's simpatico. I don't know. You guys will know. I don't even know what simpatico means. That's not a word, is it? Am I even saying it right? Comment down below, you guys. I don't know. I'm having word soup all this week. I think there's a Mercury retrograde again, and this always gives me verbal diarrhea. But the Lovers here is, you want to pour love into yourself, and the universe is completely blessing this. The two blazing sunshines in these cards. You're so protected, and you're so, rushing and running ahead with this new fire in your belly with the Sun card and that Lover's there, and it's so guided by spirit. You guys, you can't go wrong now. You're literally co-creating with the universe to pursue a life of peace, harmony and balance, and absolute, like the harmony and balance in this and this card here, and living in joy rather than in this darkness. Now you've got this light, and the sun shines its light on everything to illuminate your path, to show you where growth lives. This is about growth as well. There's a baby in this image. It's about where things grow, not where things go to die, which is very much of these devil energies here. And I just love it. This is embracing the light, you guys, so much. I love it. Page of Swords, please. Let's have a look and clarify your Page of Swords. Thank you, Spirit. I came into this reading and I was very dragging my heels and not really bothered, and I'm not in here now halfway through this reading, and I feel like I'm literally being carried by spirit, buoyancy. I've got goosebumps up and down my arms. I'm determined. I'm feeling all of these things, and that's your energy, you guys, that I'm feeling here. Oh my God, the luckiest card in the deck, the Wheel of Fortune on the back of the deck, coming in with your clarifier here for our guidance from spirit, and this is fantastic. Page of Swords, I did say it was about inspection, something to do with you're going to learn something maybe from a Queen of Pentacles. A Queen of Pentacles is like, Pentacles are earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, but the Queen of Pentacles, this is a person who's very proud of the material realm she's created. She's very abundant. She sits on her throne of power and nurtures her security and stability, nurturing that pentacle. And it's like you are getting clarity regarding something to do with fortifying this sense of strength, of having, a proper anchor in your life, a safe place where you feel like you have everything you need, and knowing everything is within you that you require. This is a card of abundance. In material world, it's like you wake up in the morning and you say, okay, have I got a roof over my head? Yes. Do I have food in the fridge? Yes. You have the fundamentals. There's nothing can knock you off that throne of security. You also have this fantastic inner compass, which is your sun within your chest, your heart, and this is reminding me of that compass thing. You're being navigated now by your desires. What makes you feel stable and secure? And getting that clarity with that Page of Swords here is what's going on, according to your guidance from spirit, and that the karmic wheel of fortune is turning in your favor. This is how co-creation takes place. It's you in unison with the universe now, that you're working together rather than in opposition to one another. You're running with the flow of the universe and the spirit, and I just love this, guys. This is very, very transformative energy. Can we clarify the Lovers card, please? This is the second time we've seen the Lovers card, actually. So there's something there. Maybe you guys do have a divine connection with somebody who is a romantic or a very good friendship. Somebody will be your rock. Crikey, there's another Queen. A Queen of Cups at the back of the deck. This is the environment around you. Have the King of Cups. That's another sign of a divine connection. The two royals in one suit. So, you know, you and another could be striving, you know, to get to this place of being totally stable and so emotionally good within yourself that, you know, you can give from authenticity regarding your connections. Now, I love this. So here we have it, the King of Swords. This is someone who knows stuff. Like, it could be a King of Swords that you're connecting with here. This person uses their logic. They take their heart out of it. It can come across as cold, but not too much with the King energy. This is a doer again. The Queen's process. They're processing the past, living in the now. And this is you here, processing the past, what you've, you know, what you have accumulated in the material world in the past regarding your stability and security. The Queen of Cups. What have you kind of gotten to? What level have you gotten to regarding your own emotional security and stability? And this King of Swords is taking action, and it's taking action regarding your connections, regarding you being open to a connection. Like, I know for me, while I'm in active addiction, I want to be all on my own, you know. So this here is about, you know, following your heart. You see this lady here with the hand on the heart, and she's thinking about a love connection when it used to be so good. When you just get another person and they just get you, and I'm finding that in recovery, there's people that get me in recovery that will never get me because they've never come across addiction. And it's almost using this King of Swords energy. They use it as discernment. They can figure out, you know, the flowers from the weeds, and you know, they find that thing, the wood for the trees coming through there as well. They discern what is helpful and what is, you know, what is destructive, and they can discern between the two. You're seeing very clearly who is on your page regarding your connections and who is not with that Lovers card. It's clarity, it's knowledge, it's knowing the truth, all of that from the King of Swords energy, and taking action based on your knowledge here with that sword of knowledge. It's really moving you towards this Queen of Cups energy, where you're getting such emotional stability again. Maybe it's connecting with a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, but it doesn't have to be. It could be just somebody on your level. So Queen of Wands, processing the past, living in the present. If you're living in the present as a Queen of Wands and processing the past, you're learning from what actions you took, because it's all about actions and passion and determination. So having the determination presently to process what it is that you've in the past been determined about. This is your hopes or fears. You really want to feel motivated to pursue what you want from here on out. So let's just clarify this Queen of Wands, please, Spirit. What have we got here for the Queen of Wands? Thank you, the Ace of Wands. God Almighty, the synchronicities, folks. Both fire energies here with the Wands energy. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius could be a feminine or a male in your life, or it could be you, right? And with the Ace of Wands clarifying it, this is your hopes or fears position, in fact. So this is you being determined, being passionate about what you're doing now. And Ace of Wands is an opportunity coming towards you, like quite literally the hand of God coming down to hand you an opportunity of something that's going to light you up and keep that fire going, keep your motivation going, and that feeling of passion to keep you fierce and fiery and ambitious, and, you know, not letting the foot off the gas, like you're driving forward so fast and you want to keep on going. You're fired up with passion and desire for something beautiful and something wonderful that will keep you going forever. Three of Pentacles at the back of the deck. This to me talks about, you know, it's teamwork and, you know, maybe even leadership. You could be taking the lead regarding a group that you have within work, within your family, within a community, within a home, within anything to do with the material landscape. But it's feeling part of a group as well. There's something about this, that once you're taking on this energy here in your hopes or fears, you want to feel motivated as others are within maybe the program that you're in for recovery. I don't know, again, place those energies where they fit you. You guys will know. Comment below if anything resonates. Of course, I love to read your comments. I do respond to them all. Let's see what we've got. 7 in Major Arcana. This is the card of Cancer, like I said, the Chariot card. It's a card of fast movement, a card of victory. And I just love it. Now you have the 10 of Swords there, and we had that a little while ago, and it's like you are going to overcome what that Chariot card is saying. You're going to overcome this 10 of Swords, and the future is looking so bright for you guys, that this is what you've decided. Back of the deck, Wheel of Fortune. This is the karmic wheel turning, and it's turning because now you're going ahead with this passion within you. Now you have a fire that can't be put out. You are fired up to get your victory and overcoming your 10 of Swords life. Anything that's been the 10 of Swords for you, as in a huge betrayal, a feeling of disappointment, a feeling the whole world has got you frigging down and you can't get up again. In recovery, the Wheel of Fortune turns when we stand up and say, grab that bloody wand. I'm doing this, and I'm doing it for me. Look, the sun is here. My innocence and my naivety and my, you know, even this to me talks about a beginner's mind. You're teachable. You know, this thing they say in addiction, this is just incredible. We've got 3 cards here out with this Chariot. I mean to say, this is a card of victory. You've got the 4 of Wands, a card of complete alignment, 11-11. This is also a card of victory. Look at the people there in the back. So feeling like victorious, you've crossed a checkpoint here. It looks like a checkpoint. King of Wands and Justice, card number 11 with 11-11. I mean, you can't make this up, you guys. Look at this King of Wands. He's facing down this 10 of Swords. Like, there is no way you live here. Look, he's ready to stand up and give out stink. You don't live here anymore. We've got justice now, and that's what you're striving for here. That the scales are balanced again, because things have not been balanced. Now you got this sword, like I was saying there with the Page of Swords. It's usually a person brandishing a big sword. Ace of Swords. You've carried this since the start here of the reading, which is in your present situation, and now your potential outcome is you sitting in your power with the Justice card. You might be a Libra, because that's the card of Libra, and it's like you're charging ahead. You are standing up for yourself in every way you never did before. This doesn't, you don't live there anymore. You know, look at all the dominant cards and all the positive cards out of all of this, and they are just suffocating this old you, which felt like you couldn't get up again, but you knew that spirit was still alive within you. No matter how much they beat you down, they never put out that light. And there it is, guys. This is such a beautiful card. It's such a beautiful reading. So 11-11 is depicted in the 4 Swords by the visual there, and that's complete alignment, and that's what you're striving for. Now you're being your own biggest advocate. I keep saying it, and that's what I see when I see the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands. And those people aren't going to be knocked over. Nobody can take them out of the throne. They're so magnetic. The King of Wands is the one that's taking action in the near future. It's like you went from Queen of Wands, thinking about it, processing the past, and then based on what you get there is some kind of profound realization that fires you up, and it makes you want to take action in this King of Wands energy. And it's action towards justice, towards your alignment, towards your victory. Oh, you guys, 11-11 and 11 again. The Justice card is 11 in Major Arcanas. I just love this. You couldn't be more blessed. And also, Lady Luck on your side. You can't go wrong, you know. This is the luckiest card in the deck. There's going to be opportunities coming for love, for your material world. Look at all these aces. And there's another victory card again. That's another card of victory, crossing over the finish line. 6 of Wands. Everything is pointing to you winning this through, to getting your wish. You're working so hard and you've done so much of living in this world, in that darkness. But look at this. It couldn't be better. You will find your home emotionally and physically and in every aspect. And you will feel you want to celebrate you. And this is something that you haven't done, I don't think, in I don't know how long. You should be so proud of yourselves, you guys. I'm going to finish out your reading today with a message from the Spirit Animal deck, and I love this. So I hope you're all doing well, and I really hope you have a lovely rest of your day until the next time I see you guys. I didn't manage to put up one of these readings yesterday, and God, I was awake half the night worried about it, so I hope you didn't miss the reading. Our card today is Dolphin Spirit, this and that are true, and Porcupine Spirit, time for beginner's mind. I have a feeling I read this for you just the other day. Let's have a look. I'm going to get Porcupine Spirit today because, yeah, I do think I read that for you guys. Did I? It's so, yeah, 2 days ago. I'm going to read Time for Beginner Mind because that's the sun card I was saying. Teachable, remember? Sorry, I'll have to look up this deck now. What are we called? Spirit Animal. There we go. Spirit Animal Oracle deck, and we're looking for card number 48. So let's have a look here. Okay, very good. That didn't take long. So just bear with me. Also check out other readings, as I said, on this channel. And if you look down in the description box as well, you'll also find my other channel where I bring messages through for all the zodiac signs for the collective. I do these daily as well, and yeah, do consider it. Have a look, subscribe if you like the channel, and ring the notification bell on this and also that channel if you'd like to receive alerts as to when I post again. So there we go. Porcupine Spirit, time for beginner's mind. Oracle message. When Porcupine Spirit calls your name, you're being asked to adopt a beginner's mind and to approach situations with innocence and curiosity. The old confining stories no longer have a hold on you. What was I saying? Life is full of surprises, hiding in plain sight. Looking at the world afresh with new eyes can help you find what you have been seeking, whether it is a relationship, an opportunity, or evidence that you have all you need right now to co-create what you desire. Who knew? Porcupine also asks you to be playful and have a childlike curiosity. There is so much waiting for you that you have yet to discover. Protection message. Are you feeling prickly and defensive lately and assuming you will be hurt before you have seen any sign that such a reaction is called for? Perhaps an old sense of guilt and shame is causing you to be cynical and wary when you were meant to be open and curious. Self-protection is a good thing, but you may be protecting yourself from something that will not actually harm you, but instead will bring you abundance, happiness and love. Remember your innocence, and you will see what you have been overlooking. Porcupine quills are filled with air, allowing a porcupine to float in water. Now is the time to let your innocent nature keep you buoyant. What was I saying about buoyancy at the start of the reading? Holy cow, guys. I love this synchronicities here. I'm going to leave that there. I love you all, and I will see you all tomorrow. Namaste, you guys.